What are my thoughts on the Maze of the Masters set? Make sure you guys smash the like crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more content. So a few people have asked me to do like what's my opinion and my take on this set, between expected value. We've talked about this on the Market Watch. I've got the top 10 cards and all of that set aside for this, but just as a generic look at this set, I think that the Mulcharmy was a very pleasant surprise in this set for a reprint. I think a lot of people, I'm curious to know where that's going to settle actually for original prints, and obviously the QCR will not be affected by that, but I think a lot of people were genuinely very shocked by the idea that Konami put this in there. You'll see the Fool Wars reprint, and then maybe in Battles of Legend, or the battle set this year, Monster Mayhem, you will probably see the other Mulcharmy probably be reprinted in there as well. I know it's a very quick turnaround, but it's very apparent that Konami wants these Mulcharmies to have reprints, and it would make sense for them to put the last Mulcharmy in the summer set. So I think that's coming, honestly. If you're not expecting a Mulcharmy reprint for the last one for Meowls, it's coming. So that's a big thing here. Them sliding in Perulia is a very clear indicator that we're going to follow that pattern for the next 3 side sets as they're getting ready for more Mulcharmy madness. That's a good thing, right, guys? Yeah, sure, everything's paid well behind one set currently, except for Perulia, who's now on its second. But if Meowls, if they do follow this pattern, that's good. I don't see the issue with that. All right, now there is the daunting, the Catapult Turtle FTK. Oh, I don't know why people are boogeyman by this so badly right now, man. I understand that, the 7 Tachyon stuff is very expensive in this set. I think that's going to be one of the reasons why Konami might actually let the Catapult Turtle thing kind of creep on out into the open and just not really do anything about it. Because I believe Konami's logic here is there's enough hand traps in the TCG meta that they're not going to do anything about this. Should Catapult Turtle FTK be banned? Oh, yeah, probably. There should be no reason why the Catapult Turtle stuff should even be running around out here. There should not be a single thing like that running around in the game. Konami logic says, though, because we pumped up the expensive cards in this set, less people will be able to play the FTK, so now we don't have to do anything about this. I also want to remind people that the FTK is not consistent, at all. I don't think, with this set, releasing this stuff, and you did the opposite approach. We don't have to ban it now, but we'll just make it super expensive so it's unobtainable, so that only the privileged may be able to enjoy the FTK. Yeah, I mean, if you're playing dog shit cards, it's way more consistent to play a better deck than to try to play the Catapult Turtle FTK and think you're going to resolve it consistently. But it's okay. It exists. The set brought it into the table. And I think that's an important aspect is, making things higher rarity means that Konami doesn't have to ban things because it's less accessible. Yeah, that's a terrible excuse in every facet of the game whatsoever. But that's where we are right now, everybody. It's interesting. It's interesting. The Odeon cards. Now, for those of you that don't know, I love Eldritch. I love my control back row decks. I love my ability to, win the game. Just by, grinding out the floodgates, making my opponent, it's a mental battle out here when you're playing against Eldritch. Because not only, you have to deal with all the monsters, you got to deal with the umpteen floodgates that are grinding you down, putting the locks on you. And it's a very frustrating experience. Eldritch teaches you truly to think on your feet, and it truly creates the experience of the game. And I think that this is a very sound example now that they've added all the embodiment cards on into the madness out here. It's not exactly the worst thing in the world that they've done this, but the man with the mark, I love the design of the card. I love the fact that Anubis is the last judge. You know, it's very, very fitting that, like, this kind of feels like it's a wrap-up to the Egyptian-themed, like, era of the game. I mean, obviously, it's not going to be that case, but it for the lore, I'm really digging it, man. Also, we have a quick play. We have a quick play board wipe now. I don't know if anybody likes that or not, but, you know, there's a lot of jokes going around right now that, you know, just being able to have a quick play board wipe, summon a winged dragon or on a 4K, that might actually physically see some play, and that's a little bit scary to think about out here. So I think the Egyptian god tie-in was really cool. I think the Odeon stuff is really cool. Is the Odeon stuff going to be competitive? Is it going to save, you know, Eldritch and Argo Star? I don't necessarily think so. I think overall, it's a gimmick, and we've seen where gimmicks go. I would say that the timer is going to be very short on this deck if it does get the chance to succeed. But I've also not seen a lot of cool combo tutorials just yet on this. I'd say give it a couple days out here. Somebody will whip up something really, really funny and really, really cool to really mess around with people. Oh, of course. So what about the rest of the set? You know, you got Trick Stars in here. You got, you know, Kaiba's cards in here. You know, you got the Perform Mage cards in here. I think the Kaiba cards are really cool. I think that they open up the doors to some really cool things. The Trickstar cards leave a little bit to be desired. I mean, obviously, if you're a Marincess player, I think you're more excited for the tie-in with the new Marincess card than anything. And then, to be honest with you, everything else just kind of falls into the wayside, honestly. The Perform Mage stuff was really cool on paper, but it doesn't do much. You know, Grief Tablet is a power-up for Minkanko. God knows nobody actually wants to play against Minkanko. That in itself really, really, really is going to make somebody go, okay. No, 7th Ascension reprint was a god-awful decision. I cannot actually believe that. I actually am pretty disappointed in Konami for that. We might see it in Quarter Century Stampede, but that was a pretty major letdown by the community. The Water Duelist pack has been dead for so long, and you just dodged 7th Ascension. Like, holy actual shit. That was a wild ride. And then we've got, oh man, honestly, this set does not look too exciting on paper, which is really, really, really interesting. Because, you know, the Perule reprints in here. 7 Tachyon is amazing. Oh, we did get the Quarter Century Tachyon Dragon. I really wish that this would be, I'm hoping that this would be available in like a collector's rare as well. Because I love the art, and I love that it's available in Quarter Century, but like, this would have been a really cool thing to have this in collector's rare as well to be able to enjoy, but it's not the case. And also, you know, you have the ceremonial Silent Magician level 8 that's, you know, dealing the final blow to the Pharaoh out here, which is awesome. Everything all wrapped up here in a nice little bow from Konami saying, here's your March set. Right before, you know, we get into Alliance Insight and we get into reprints out of Bonanza. It doesn't change the meta. It makes things more available currently. I mean, 7th Tachyon is an extremely good card. I don't know if we're going to play it right now. Here's where I'm standing on this. Tachyon stuff is good. You'll have some people probably trying to play it, but like, Bonfire exists right now. The only thing that you're doing with 7 Tachyon is you're trying to brace yourself for the impact, but when Konami does the inevitable and actually blows the crap out of Bonfire on an upcoming ban list, that's what's going to happen. And that's not going to change, no matter how we want to spin it. 7 Tachyon is an extremely good card, but everybody, I just want to make you all aware from the current situation that, you know, it's coming. Bonfire's going to go to 1. Konami done the same thing with every other, you know, searcher out here as of late. I would be absolutely, you know, flabbergasted if Konami just dodged that. But that's what we're working with right now. Set is okay. It does what it needs to do as a passive intermediary set to, you know, kind of change up the game. It brings a lot of cool things that we needed printed into the game, and we've done it. So please, comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys.
Patrons!
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.